Welcome, beloveds. Hope all is well. It's your coach Tracy with another message on the wind. Come take a seat. Let's chat a little bit. Let's chat about thriving versus surviving. Yeah? Let's first define what is surviving. Yeah? Surviving is usually when we are in a reactive mode. You usually hear the saying, I'm in survival mode. We're just literally navigating obstacles, overcoming adversity, and barely getting by. What we call paycheck to paycheck. We're living without purpose. We have unhealthy habits. We have bad relationships. So a lot of us can relate. I myself can relate. That's what we define as surviving. So now let's go to thriving. Thriving is rewiring your brain. Instead of survival mode, we're moving forward with purpose. Yeah, we're living and thinking abundantly. We're growing and developing our skills and our talent. We're being successful on our own terms. We're creating a balanced life. We are pursuing opportunities and we are being fulfilled. So now we have to dive into how do we make the shift from thriving to surviving. From personal experience, I can tell you, when you're in survival mode, you have no peace. You are constantly stressed. You're constantly in anxiety. You're thinking about the future. How is this going to work out? How are the dots going to connect? How will I figure this thing out? So you don't have no peace. You're constantly thinking. So I know some of you can relate. Yeah, so we are trying to shift from surviving to thriving. So we have to make a couple of changes. Some of the changes would include the intentional positive self-talk. Yeah, intentionally we are talking to ourselves. We have to pour into the positivity. Positive things only. When the negative thoughts come, we try to just get rid of it, suppress it. Yes. So also we have to, so secondly, we have to unlock your values. What are your values? Identify your values. Make sure you have a clear understanding of what your values are. When you do that, you then further go on to making your values actionable. Yeah, so it's not just knowing what your values are or unlocking your values. You have to put the action to it, the action. You also have to align your action with your passion. But first, you may need to identify what's your passion. Identify your passion, identify your purpose, and align your actions towards the passion and the purpose. Focus on what is in your control. Focus on what is in your control. Forget about what you can control. Let's focus small scale, what we can control. Find your why. Why are you doing this? What are the benefits? Just find your why. Identify your whys. The whys is very important in all aspects of our life. Identify your whys. I have a couple of videos about your whys. So yes, you check it out. Then you set clear boundaries. You have to set clear boundaries with yourself and others. You practice, you go and sleep at a certain time. You shut off the phone at a certain time, no screen time. You try to exercise twice a week. Set clear boundaries and try to stick with it. It may be difficult at the beginning, but you try to stick with it. And also, you practice mindfulness. Meditation. Maybe you're not really into meditation, but sometimes you sit still and do nothing. Try to clear your mind. You sit still and do nothing. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it helps. Yeah? So these are a few things you can do to shift from survival to thriving. Yeah? Yes, my beloved. So in closing, thriving versus surviving, I can tell you from past experiences that when you're in the surviving mode, you think that it is because of your environment, because it is because of your circumstance. It's out of your reach, it's out of your control. There's nothing you can do to change it. But I'm here to tell you there is something you can do. It starts with the brain, the mind. We have to change the mindset. So all the things that brings you happy, that brings you joy, you have to zone into that. What are the things that bring you joy and happiness? And you have to unlock that. And you have to do things that brings you closer to your joy and your happiness and your peace. You have to pay attention Pay attention to what's happening in your life. Pay attention, even though you don't have the means, finance, to be where you want to be at the certain time. But the self-talk, the affirmations, and the changing of the habits and the circles that you're around. So just little changes you have to make for you to shift from surviving to thriving. So I want all of you guys to shift. All of us that are still in survival mode, let's try to shift to thriving. So even though we go to thriving and then we go back to surviving, at least we know how to make the shift. That's important. Peace and blessings.